this commercial come about?
So, okay, here's what's funny about that. What's funny about that is that literally I was in prison, whatever, 3-4 years ago, and I used to wake up early on Saturday and Sunday, right? Like a Saturday and Sunday, you basically get to kind of sleep in. Like during the week, they wake you up at like 5 in the morning. Like they start turning on the lights. You're not sleeping past 6. So, but on the weekends, guys will sleep in. So I used to get up early because I'm already just programmed to get up early. And I would get up early and I'd go jog or go do whatever. So I would get up early and I used to see the home title lock commercials. I would go into the TV room. You have different TV rooms. And I would go in the TV room and turn on the TV. And they would run these infomercials. And I used to watch them all the time. And you'd see someone like, I don't know, was it Rudy Giuliani? I forget who the spokesperson was. But at that point, you would see, like, they would have, like, a lawyer. And they'd have an FBI agent. And they'd have, like, you know, a title person. And then they'd have a couple victims. And then they would always have some guy the guy that is the actual person that's committing this fraud, right? This title fraud or you know, stealing your house. It would be some guy in a hoodie with a voice, you know, like a one of those mechanical voices on a computer. I go online and I do, and he'd be typing away, and it would be like, ooh. And to me, it was like, I used to always watch it, and I think, why do they do that? Like, why wouldn't they show you a guy that would tell you how it's done? Like, put a face to it,
right?
Right. Well, what I realized was that it's difficult to find someone that it has done the crime that's willing to go on camera, right? So what ends up happening is I remember even thinking to myself, I need to be on that infomercial because I'm willing to say this is what I did. So I get out and I have a booking agent named Tyler Sherman. So Tyler one day says, hey, I was watching this commercial came on. And I was thinking you should probably be like a spokesperson for these guys or be in the commercial. He goes, do you want me to contact them? I said, yeah, right. I told him the same thing I just told you. I said, that's funny you mentioned it. I forgot about that. Yeah, reach out to them if you want. Man, a couple hours later, I get an email from this woman. She says, look, I'd love to talk to you. Just looked at some of your stuff. The next day I talked to her. A few months later, I'm flying out to Oklahoma and I'm being interviewed by Newt Gingrich. I meet the owner of the company. I'm meeting the FBI agents. I'm meeting all these guys. They put the whole thing together. I get interviewed. It was a super, super cool, really interesting. Everybody else was much more friendly. You could sense from him, once I started talking about like what I'd done, you could sense from him that like he never laughed. He never really smiled. He like played the straight man. You know, he was just straight like, okay. You know, he was apprehensive around me. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's face it. If I'm talking about fraud, the FBI guy is kind of like, oh, okay, he's smiling, he's being friendly and everything. But I think as a former kind of politician, then Newt can't be in a position where if I say something funny, he wants to be caught laughing at my jokes. Like I'm a criminal, I'm a scumbag. You could tell he's questioning, like, how did I even get in the same room with this guy? Like, don't I have security people? Who did this? So anyway, but yeah, he was nice. He was friendly. He just wasn't overly, happy to. We didn't get a bunch of pictures together and shake hands and have a Nobody lost their house. Nobody went to jail. Nobody's credit was ruined. Nobody, there's none of those things happened. So I always say oh, you ruined someone's life. Really? Nobody lost their job. Nobody lost their house. Nobody. So, it's not that I'm trying to downplay it. What I'm saying is, let's be reasonable about what happened. I caused you some extreme anxiety. You certainly didn't have coming. I'm a complete scumbag for that. I get it. And some financial hardship. And I owe you that money, and it was a complete dick move on my part. I totally get that. Am I a scumbag for having done that? Absolutely. But did I ruin anybody's life? No, I didn't ruin anybody's life. I went in and I just straight psychopath. Like I'm not downplaying. I'm not trying to answer things in a positive light. Like I know you didn't hire me because you wanted me to do a whole reformed they hired me because this is someone who's committed the crime. And I didn't want to go in there and pretend to act like somebody who felt horrible about what he had done or sugarcoat it or try and justify what I did in any way. Like, I don't want people to look at this and think, oh, well, guess what? The guys that do this, they're really nice guys. Like they have issues. No, that, like, anybody who's committing this crime, they may need the money. They may be justifying it to themselves because they're saying, I need the money. But in truth, they're not losing 1 minute sleep at night. Like, they'll go in, transfer the deed to your house, sell your house to somebody, there are people, I've never done that, but there are guys that will go in, transfer the deed to someone's house, put it on the market and sell it. And then some woman finds out that her rental property that she owns was sold 3 months ago and there's somebody living in the house. Like, I mean, that's, that's how bad it is. So, and then for them to sit there and think, oh, well, whoever did that, that they feel bad about it or that they're probably a good person. The guy's an asshole and he's a scumbag criminal and he did it and he doesn't care about you. He's not losing any sleep over it. And so I didn't want to go in there and be like, oh, it's horrible and I feel bad and I did this. Yeah, I'm not going to fake it. This is how it works. This is the kinds of things that happen. These are the kinds of things that I did. And that's just the way it is. Deal with it. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it because I'm not trying to make you feel bad for me or empathize with me. I went in and I just straight psychopath. Like, I'm not downplaying. I'm not trying to answer things in a positive light. Like, I know you didn't hire me because you wanted me to do a whole reformed, they hired me because this is someone who's committed the crime. And I didn't want to go in there and pretend to act like somebody who felt horrible about what he had done or sugarcoat it or try and justify what I did in any way. Like, I don't want people to look at this and think, oh, well, guess what? The guys that do this, they're really nice guys. Like they have issues. No, that, like, anybody who's committing this crime, they may need the money. They may be justifying it to themselves because they're saying, I need the money. But in truth, they're not losing 1 minute sleep at night. Like, they'll go in, transfer the deed to your house, sell your house to somebody, there are people, I've never done that, but there are guys that will go in, transfer the deed to someone's house, put it on the market and sell it. And then some woman finds out that her rental property that she owns was sold 3 months ago and there's somebody living in the house. Like, I mean, that's, that's how bad it is. So, and then for them to sit there and think, oh, well, whoever did that, that they feel bad about it or that they're probably a good person. The guy's an asshole and he's a scumbag criminal and he did it and he doesn't care about you. He's not losing any sleep over it. And so I didn't want to go in there and be like, oh, it's horrible and I feel bad and I did this. Yeah, I'm not going to fake it. This is how it works. This is the kinds of things that happen. These are the kinds of things that I did. And that's just the way it is. Deal with it. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it because I'm not trying to make you feel bad for me or empathize with me. Fake notary stamps. I'm like, well, it's easy. You just do this. And then I'm hammering away going, yeah, you just order the notary stamp from Office Depot or, you order it from Office Depot or 3 or 4 different Office Depots. And then they come in, you just drive around and I would pick them up. And if the person behind the counter was like, do you have ID? Oh, you don't have ID? I'm sorry, I can't give it to you. I'd go, oh, okay. I'm going to go home and come back. Are you going to be here? How late do you work? And they'd go, oh, I get off at 6. Okay, well, I'll come by tomorrow, same time and get it from you. Okay, well, I come back at 8. She's not working anymore. The next guy gives me the stamp. So I've had a dozen notary stamps in different people's names. Like, I've ordered, now you just order them online. I don't even have to pick them up. You just go online, order it, and they'll mail it to you. So that crime that I was committing 15 to 16 years ago is twice as easy now than it was before. I love the guys that will say, "Oh, you can't do that anymore." Are you joking?
Why do you say it's twice as easy now as it was then?
Okay, so you used to have to, like, if you made a warranty deed, it had to be all original, right? Everything on it had to be original. It had to be an original stamp, original. It had to be an original for you to file it. Now, you can write one up, you can scan it, and just send it into public records, and you just note it's a true and original copy. All you're doing is, I'm sending this to you, but it's an original. You're promising them that it's an original. So now I don't even have to pretend. Like, I could literally put the whole thing together in Photoshop. I don't have to go get a notary stamp and stamp it. I can design one on Photoshop and just cut and paste it on there. I can do the signature. I can pull the original owner's signature off of his warranty deed, or I'm sorry, off of his mortgage, and paste it onto the warranty deed showing that he's transferred it. And I say that because when you get a warranty deed, like, you're not signing it like the owner's signing it over to you. But like, I could do all that. I can get a notary stamp. I can go online now, get the notary stamp from Bank of America's notary, a real Bank of America notary, copy and paste it and stick it on a satisfaction that, just like she did 2 days ago for some other house, pull her signature off, put it on a warranty deed or a satisfaction of mortgage, whatever, and file that as a true and a certified true copy. I actually was making bank websites, right? So if I need to verify that I have the down payment or that I paid cash, well, if I'm telling a bank let's say a house is worth $200,000, and I'm telling them I bought it cash. I didn't buy it cash. I just bought it and I have a mortgage on it, but I satisfied the mortgage. So I now have to provide documents to the new lender to have them give me more money. They're going to say, I don't want them to know that there's a mortgage on it. So I have to say, oh, I paid cash. Really? Well, we need to see where that money came from. What was in my bank account? Oh, okay. We need to see 3 months bank statements. Okay. So I now have to make 3 months bank statements, but I would also make a bank website to a fake bank, a bank that doesn't exist.
Oh, I remember this.
Right. So I actually had bank websites that were set up that said that there's $90,000 or $180,000, $200,000 in the bank. So when I actually got caught, I was being questioned by the Secret Service. One of the things they asked me was, they were like, "Look, do you have any money that's out there?" And I was like, "No, I gave you $500,000 in this bank, $1 million. Like, I gave you all the accounts." And they were like, "We know you're hiding money." And I was like, "Where's this coming from? I'm not hiding money." They were like, "No, we know there's money. You're about to be charged with obstruction of justice." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And the guy pulled out a bunch of bank statements for a guy named Walter Holcomb, but it was on one of my fake banks. It's a fake bank. It was called
It's a fake website, a fake
bank
website.
Fake bank statements, color bank statements, front and back, the whole thing. And so he throws them down, and I looked at him and I went, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, we know you've got $180,000 in this bank account right now." And I went, "Did you call the bank?" "Yeah, I've called the bank several times." He goes, "We just subpoenaed them." And I went, "You subpoenaed them?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was a Southern Exchange Bank of Clarksville was the name of it." And I said, "Did you go to the bank website?" And he goes, "Yeah, I went to the bank website." And I go, "Well, what'd you think of it?" And he goes, "It's a bank website." And I go, "It was pretty good though, right?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "I mean, it was professional and it looked good, right?" He's like, "It's a regular bank website." I go, "But it was convincing, right?" And he goes, "No." And he looked back and he goes, "Oh," he goes, like that. And I go, "It's all an illusion." And he goes, "It doesn't exist, does it?" And I remember the U.S. attorney was like, "What's he talking about?" And the Secret Service agent, like the other Secret Service agent, they're all like, "Well, I don't understand what's going on."
This is the Secret Service here. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And I sat there and I was like, "Are you serious?" I go, "Who did you subpoena?"
The
bank doesn't even exist.
The mechanics of going through the mortgage fraud loan process that you were doing.
Well, I mean, there's different things. Like there are very simple, like there's different types of fraud, or mortgage fraud or title fraud. Like if you were to take like title fraud, I mean, it's not that difficult. It's literally searching public records. I could take your house right now, get your address. Really, I don't need your address. Just get your name. Go to public records. I don't even have to go to public records anymore. I can just pull it up online. So I can put your name in there, search it, find out your address. I'll see your deed. see if you have any liens on your house. When I say liens, I don't mean like, a tax lien. I mean like, well, it could be a tax lien. Listen, I had a woman, I had a woman one time, she had a lien on her property for taxes. She had a lien on her property for a condo association dues that she hadn't paid for a condo that wasn't her house. This was a condo in Miami. She wasn't paying, but they put a lien on her personal residence. She had a first mortgage and a second mortgage. I went in and I satisfied every single thing on that house.
Out of your pocket?
No, I just prepared a document. I'm not paying them.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not paying them. I'm not paying the condo association. I just made up a form that said satisfaction of lien from the condo association, wrote it up, looked very good, signed it from the president of the condo association and notarized it. Not that I know who those people are, because I don't. I just made up the names. And then I filed those documents. So there's the condo association gone. The tax lien for that county that was on her property, I just went and found another one that had been satisfied, altered it slightly so that it was actually satisfying the tax lien on her property, gone. Now that's satisfied. Her mortgage to like federal bank loan or whatever, created a satisfaction of mortgage for that one, gone. Same thing with the second mortgage from like SunTrust or somebody. Satisfaction of mortgage from SunTrust. Filed that. Her gone. Now she owns the house free and clear. I turned around and we borrowed money on that house. Went to a hard money lender. So there's easy things to do, like your personal house. I could go down, I could find the deed to your house, and let's say you have a mortgage on your house. So then all I have to do is create a satisfaction of mortgage. So I create a satisfaction of mortgage, and it basically says that like, on this day, I'm, hereby satisfying the loan that was taken out by Tommy for this much money on this day 2 years ago. That here's the in official record OR book and page number, official record book 450723, page number 3140, instrument number this. So that's all the information on your original loan. And I, hereby say that it's satisfied as of this date, and then it needs to be signed by somebody at the bank, by this authorized person to sign. So you sign it, and then his signature has to be notarized. So I notarize it. Then I file it in public records, and now when I look at your title, it says here's Tommy's deed. He used to have a mortgage, but it was satisfied a month ago, 6 months ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever, yesterday. So now when the title company looks at it, they go, oh, okay, I see Tommy owns the house. Does he have any liens? Oh, yeah, it looks like 2 years ago he took out a mortgage. Oh, 2 weeks ago it was satisfied. So they write up a deck page, and in the deck page they say, Tommy owns the house. He has no liens on the property. That's all it says.
And that's what a deck page is?
Right. So, well, and it pretty much, and it will tell you like how much the new loan's going to be for. It has a bunch of stuff. But yeah, he owns the house free and clear. And Tommy's borrowing this much money on the house or whatever. Because then I can go and I can take your name and I can get a fake ID. I can go on some Russian website and say Tommy, middle name, last name, date of birth. Doesn't even have to be your date of birth. Address. I can use some other address. And then whatever the driver's license number is, I can make one up. So, and then you pay the guy from Russia, and he mails you the thing. And I send him a JPEG picture of me. He puts it on the license. He puts all the holograms, and he gives me a license that looks flawless. Now I can take that license, and I can go to a hard money lender. I can call up a hard money lender and say, hey, I own this house, and I own it free and clear. My name is Tommy. I own it free and clear. Can you come by and tell me what the house is worth? He goes by the house and he goes, man, this thing's worth $1 million. How much do you want? Hoping to borrow about 5, maybe I'd like to get $600,000. And he's like, yeah, I could do 600,000, because in his mind, he's thinking, I don't need anything from you.